Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Now, we have all had that moment where we think, if only I could build this app or automate this one workflow, then my entire work would run so much smoother, or things would have been so much simplified. But then reality hits. We don't know how to code, we try to patch things together using whatever tools are available in the market. We think about outsourcing to build it, but it's again expensive and slow, or we just drop the idea completely. But that all changes now. Because today we are going to look at a tool called as Lovable, which is an AI app builder that lets you create real usable apps just by describing them. And to show you how powerful it is, we are going to build a complete sales pipeline tracker app from scratch in minutes. So let's get started. Now, when you go to Lovable's website, there is a simple interface wherein we do have a search. We even have other templates or tools or websites that the community has built and shared over here for people to use and utilize. So when we again go back up over here, if you can see there's a simple search bar. Now what we need to do is we need to build a sales pipeline tracker. So I'll just put in a prompt over here that build a sales pipeline tracker, and we'll even see what all things do we need to add over here. So we say where users can add leads, they can update deal stages, they can even assign deal value over here. And at the same time, what we might also want to look at is we would want to see a simple dashboard which gives us the understanding of how many leads are at what stages. And that is how I've created a very simple prompt, and I'll just click on enter over here. What it does is it starts thinking. So Lovable starts thinking in terms of what is the exact prompt, what is it that the user wants to build. So it'll take a couple of seconds over here to organize that entire prompt into different tasks or different stages in terms of this needs to be done. Now, if as you can see over here, it has started defining exactly that. It has started with design inspiration. Then it has even defined what all features to include in that application and what will the design system be like. Once this is done, what it does is it starts building this entire platform or the application or the web app on its own. Now, while this happens, let me just quickly highlight what all use cases this platform can have. One, as we are doing right now, is building of say internal tools or applications, wherein we see that if things in our organization are happening manually and we want to streamline them, or we need to say build a technology around that to make things easier or make things more adaptive, then we do that. The second use case is, say for example, you have an idea, you have a business idea, and you don't know how to create an MVP. So you can use Lovable to put your thoughts over there, describe exactly what sort of a platform you want to build, and Lovable will do that for you. So this gives you that one platform wherein you can begin your entrepreneurial journey. The third use case, now this is something very different. Say for example, you are into the IT services space, or you are into website development space, and you have to reach out to your clients. Now, with the market being so much competitive, wherein every now and then a new IT services or a web development company gets into the market, how are you going to differentiate yourself? One way to do that is very simply by searching for what is the use case and then sharing it with your clients. But what Lovable does is it helps you build those mockups. Now let's get back. So as you can see over here, the design is built, and I'll just quickly click over here and the page starts to load. Once it's loaded, I can see that I have my pipeline tracker built, and there are two sections. There's the dashboard and the lead section. So in the leads, I can see stage wise what all leads do I have. So it has just made the UI so much simple for anyone to analyze or see the data. I can even click on add lead over here and add a new lead. So this acts as a CRM as well of sorts, wherein I can track every single lead that gets created or that gets into the pipeline instead of just having it as a static model. And I say, for example, I've added this lead over here, it has even shown up over here. So this is how amazing they have built this particular platform. And yes, I can again go back to the dashboard and see that there is a pipeline value over here that particularly has been updated and reflected as well. Now, if you see over here, I do have all of these things, but if I want to add certain features, what Lovable does is gives you these options as well, these suggestions that if you want to add anything. In this case, I would also want to say, see my leads in a table format or a table view. So I'll just write that prompt. And at the same time, it would be great if I had a search and filter section as well, so that I can filter based on that. Now, as you can see, again, it has started thinking. So it takes a couple of seconds over here to think as to what all, changes can be made, how can that be made. And it again defines that it'll add a table view and search and filtering capabilities to the lead page. Now, we'll just wait for a couple of seconds for Lovable to do its thing and then see what all changes are made over here. Now, as you can see over here, we finally have the search and the filters created. And it has exactly shared what all new features have been added over here. So once I again go to the table view over here, I can see that, okay, the leads have been converted into the table view instead of the card view. And I can even do direct updates over here from the drop down. Now, when I go back over here, I can see that there are the filters as well. So I can edit the stage wise filter. I can filter based on the values. And at the same time, I can even say do it based on the company source. I'll just clear the filters once and I'll search based on the company. Now, one thing over here, if you see, is if I want to make any changes over here in terms of the features, then I can even do that. So in the free account of Lovable, you get 5 credits per day to do this. So you have to be very mindful as to how do you want to build it. And finally, we can even click on publish over here so that this application can be utilized by our entire team. There are 2 things it gives us over here. We can either create our own URL or we can have an auto-generated URL created, which can then be shared with your team members for them to start using this particular tool. In this case, we had our sales pipeline tracker, which can be used by your sales team. I've just copied the URL that it has prepared and I'll just wait for it to get loaded over here. And once it's loaded, as you can see, I have my web app ready to use and I've already deployed it. So this is how quick, within minutes, I can create an application. An idea can be converted into an application. And that is about how you can use Lovable to not just make different applications, not just bring your workflows into the real world, but at the same time, there are things that you can think beyond this as well. So the 3 use cases that I explained, don't just limit to that, but there is way more that this tool allows us to do. So if you have any ideas about building in new applications, do check out Lovable and drop in the comments your thoughts over this video. And thank you so much for watching the video. If you found this useful, please do like and subscribe to our channel for more such videos.